येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिम् पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ॐ ऐउण रुद्रक एवों ऐऔच हयवरट लन ञमङणनम झभय घढधश जबगडदश ख फ छ ठ थ चटतव कपय शशसर हल इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः। प्रथमः पादः। वृद्धिरादैच अदेङ्गुणः इको गुणवृद्धि न धातुलोप आर्धधातुके इति च दीधीवेवीटाम् हलोऽनन्तराः संयोगः मुखनासिका वचनोऽनुनासिकः तुल्यास्य प्रयत्नं सवर्णं नाज्झलौ ईदूदेद्विवचनं प्रगृह्यम् अदसोमात् शे निपात एकाजनाङ् ओत् सम्बुद्धौ शाकल्यस्येतावनार्षे ऊयः ऊ ईदूतौ च सप्तम्यर्थे दाधाघ्वदाप् आद्यन्तवदेकस्मिन्
दाधाघ्वदाप्. Let's review that. Get the chat open. Daधाघ्वदाप्. Dha. Next word. Ghu. Kwa. Is that syllable? Da. Da. Tha. Ku. Gu. Yeah. It will be short. Ku. Adap. Represents 3 words. So let's transliterate that. Daधाघ्वदाप् आद्यन्तवदेकस्मिन् द्यन्तवदेकस्मिन्. Oops. Ekasmin. This is the new one for today. Adyantavadekasmin. And in the meanwhile, let's review. So, ow. Jess. Aurd. Chess. Not there. Shut. The palatal fricative. Chess. Here, accusative. Da. Pyam. Pis. Excuse me. Da pyam pis. Nge pyam pis. Pyam is repeated. Pis. Ngasi pyam pis. Na si. Pian pies. Nasosam. These are our basic case, noun ending. Oh, niosup. One more line. Ni os sup. Those are our basic markers of case and number. Each one expresses a unique combination. Sup and tin. Names for these sets of endings.
Suaujas, autshas, tabhyambhis, ngebhyambhyas, ngasibhyambhyas, ngasosam, ngeosup. Suaujas, autshas, tabhyambhis, ngebhyambhyas, ngasibhyambhyas, ngasosam, ngeosup. Tiptas jhi, siptas tha, mipvasmas, tam jha, thasatham dhvam, itvahimahim.
Will be the full set of verb endings there. Okay, let's continue with a bit of Scottish. Polish off this food.
Sure.
Sure. The
Sure.
E makes the S sound slender, which means a sh in this case. I like porridge a lot. Istol lum porridge gumor brochen gumor to a great degree. Now I am here. I thought it said how I am new here. Gumor. What are we learning tonight? We're continuing with Scottish and then whatever we feel like. Do you see the 2 sutras in the chat above? Got a new. We're going to be doing some of that. Let's review. Oh, hi, fellow guru. Let's take up the sutra. Start by transliterating it, and let's also review the inflection that we talked about with vrka. Let's do it with deva. That is the standard example for this noun class. Hey, hey, that's what the emoji says. Welcome back. Deva is masculine, and it means deity, God. Let's do, the whole inflection, the whole paradigm of that noun as we go here.
Brochan.
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 There's a voiceless fricative in the middle. Cowgirl. Sounds like cowgirl. Brochan. I like haggis a lot, and this is tagish, I think. Isma, it is good with me. Lum. Lum. Dhan close de kasmin, except for that. That's not aspirate. Note that the roof is sealed. Let's look at it here. This is a cluster, a meeting of 2 consonants. We are doing Hindi. Would you like to see that? But this one, oh, sorry, you're asking about what word. This is actually the ancestral form of Hindi that is called Sanskrit. The classical language of India. We're studying a bit of its grammar because it's the most concise and complete description of a language known to exist, known to me at least. And getting a lot of practice, a real workout, I would say, with the script. This script is shared by Sanskrit and Hindi. They both use Devanagari. The Deva there is this word I was just suggesting that we inflect. Devanagari is the same writing system here. You see more combinations to write Sanskrit words. There are a lot of unchanged Sanskrit borrowings in Hindi still. Adyanta. That's a little opaque. Until you learn it, the and ya come together to give dya, like that. So it starts out with a reduced D shape, and instead of the curl that ends it here, goes into a combining form of the Y. This protruding leftward, so it looks like a pair of lips there in the end result. For contrast, gha is not too far off, but you don't have this descender starting off with there. And I think I can annotate in caps. Nope. No good. What we're looking at here is the actual components, da and ya, of this cluster. Adyanta va de ka smin. Adyanta va de ka smin. And let's break that down into its components. They are yeah, for the cluster. So adi means beginning. Anta we've seen. What is an adverbial ending here? This is not on Duolingo. Now we're doing it pro bono or whatever. Hindi is, though. We can do a bit of that. To have a theme going for this, what adverbial usage here, other purposes too, and then ekasmin. Eka means we might know, right? But this one is a suffix. What? Smin is the quite tame, I assure you. Talking about the dia cluster, right? Eka has the let's look at that. We put it in these terms. Ekasmin. Because this word is inflected like a pronoun, that'll give us, went too far. No. Ekasmin. Eka is one, exactly. I want to write the syllable. Oops. Ni. Ekasmin is the ni form of eka. Numbers. Oh, my old, I'm good. Is that Pickle Rick? I don't think so. Adi antavat ekasmin. Oops. Tagesh. Well, here we'll see it. So, G slender. Gumor.
السليم اشكباها.
I like whiskey. Water of life. Istolim tagish. Gumor. Here it's noun phrase initial, so it's not going to be mutated.
اشكباها عايز اشكى.
Whiskey and water. Ushka. Eka. So that's me. Rish. Like that. Rish marked long. Rish. I do not like this. Hatolum shishin. Shah. Hatolum shah. Yeah, it's usually one word.
Hasho donna.
Ha sho donna. This is not bad. This is bad. Ha sho. Okay, chanil is probably based on this verb. What is ha? Why have I got two of them there? I don't need two dictionary bookmarks. No. Ha in Scottish. From Old Irish, ni con. Ha. So that mutates the ka. No. First syllable is just dropped out. But what is this? Not. Ni con. Neo. Ni and not, and probably ko toward. Alright. Done. But this. No, this one is a verb meaning to be, apparently. What? I am confused. I like rice. Istolum rish.
Ha brochen ma.
Brochen. The stew, was it? Ma is good. Broken math. So the word order is pretty interesting. It's verb first, ha is to be, brochen, porridge, and ma, good. Be porridge, good. I like haggis a lot. Istolum, tagish. I think like that, right? Gumor a lot. Istolum tagish gumor. I do not like this. Chatolim sho. Yeah, polish this one off.
Shin.
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 Do not like salted gannet at all. Okay, Hanil Chatolim. There's no Indian language? Yeah, just Hindi at the moment. A much needed gap. I would like more of everything, please. From Duolingo. Guga. And then Ijir. Chatolim Guga Ijir. At all.
Rish.
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 Wrong. With hard to see maybe, but that one has an accent mark on it. Oh, that's nice and big. A little too much of a good thing. Rish with the falling accent sign, and rish is short.
Rish. Rish.
Let's back it off a bit. Do not like that at all. Chatolim sho ijir. Tolim sho ijir. Chatolim shin ijir. Shin. So what's going on there? Why? Let's see the discussion. I want to let you know that this exists very often on Duolingo. You'll get commentary on the discussion. Do not like that at all. Chatolim shin ijir. So what's up with shin? The Celtic word for that article, an and shin, is syndos. Hundreds of languages in India, and they only have one. Yeah, they have one for native South America, one for native North America, and then everything west of Romania, which is a national language, is there, pretty much. I guess Romansh is a national language, but the endangered one in Switzerland. Alright, what have people said and asked about? Why is this one shin and not sho? In some similar sentence, forgot exactly what, I put shin and had it marked wrong because it should have been sho. What's the difference? And then, okay, this is all the replies. Sho means this, shin means that. Alright, excellent. I think that's a like. Don't use it enough to know. can they skip? How can they do this? I know they're working on more than is currently available. But yeah, the big ones, Tamil and I don't know what are the most spoken ones.
Ha brood ma.
Brood
Brood.
looks just like the German word for bread. And note that the voiceless stops are pre-aspirated in the coda one here.
Brood.
Brood. Well, you don't hear too much there. Ma.
Ma.
Ma. TH is just silent. Bread is... and I've forgotten already.
Brood.
Soup is good, not bread. Salan? Mm-hmm.
Shaw. Peeper.
This is pepper. Istolum. Pepper.
Istalum shin.
Istolum. Shin. I like that.
Brood. Agus aran.
Brocht agus aren. So it's soup and bread. But the brocht is not the bread. Aren.
Shaw salan.
I think it's good that they include small languages. Navajo, Guarani, I guess, isn't so small. But, well, Yiddish, millions of speakers, I think, still too. Welsh, though. Welsh and Irish especially, because they're endangered. And Scottish, Gaelic. Great that they include them. Will help revitalization quite a bit, I think.
Shaw salan.
Salan.
Guga agus bandata.
Guga agus patata. And what's the spelling there? It was something like... yeah, patata.
Guga agus bandata.
Bandata. Spelled NT, but the T is voiced. I do not like that at all. At all. Ijir. Hatalum. Shin. Ijir. Hatalum shin ijir. Nice. Some impressive folks here. Wow. Doing 12 languages. Already following. Oops. Don't mean to unfollow. Rue. Okay, let's listen again to get it well in our ears to the sutras.
Ayuna Rudraka Evom Ayauch Hayavarat Lan Nyamangananam Jabhayan Ghadadash Jabagadash Kapha Chathatha Chatatav Kapaya Shashasara Hal Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani Atha Prathamodhyayah प्रथमः पादः वृद्धिरादैच अदेङ्गुणः इको गुणवृद्धि न धातुलोप आर्धधातुके इति च दीधिवेवीटाम् हलोऽनन्तराः संयोगः मुखनासिकावचनोऽनुनासिकः तुल्यास्य प्रयत्नं सवर्णम् नाज्झलौ ईदूदेद्विवचनं प्रगृह्यम् अदसोमात् शे निपात एकाजनान् ओत् सम्बुद्धौ शाकल्यस्येतावनार्षे उञः ऊ ईदूतौ च सप्तम्यर्थे राधाघ्वदाप् आद्यन्तवदेकस्मिन्.
There we are. But before we get into the sutra, actually, Levi, can you give us the nominative triplet for deva, masculine? Oh, and Levi's kindly shared a link. So after Hindi, most widely spoken, or the Indian languages with the most speakers, Bengali, Urdu, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, and then Western Punjabi, Gujarati coming below. Still 29th in the world is how many speakers Gujarati has. Out of 7,000 or so languages, number 29. So all the ones I read were within the top 30 worldwide. They should include more. They should include big ones and small ones and medium ones. So, where was I in the course? Finish the circle, right? Yeah. Let's do a bit of Hindi and look for some Sanskrit and so some original spelled words and those that have changed. We'll try to tie them together, get to know our roots, our word structures, and our sound changes. And we got numbers. Much rejoicing to the universe.
उसके पास कई कुत्ते हैं.
Uske pas, this possession.
पास.
Near. In your vicinity. Pas is vicinity. Kai kutte hain. Some dogs?
कई.
Many. Okay. Near that person. Many. Exactly, the parent language. Yeah. Nice gender neutral word for it. Are many dogs. That's right. So she has. Uske. How do we know that it's she? She has. Pas for possession. Okay. As in Europe, you've got Latin, which gave Spanish, French, Italian, Romanian, the big ones. Over time, Portuguese, and many other local dialects. So in India, for not all of the languages of India, but many of them, including many of the big ones, what we call Sanskrit, yeah, more or less. It came out of that Indic family, Indic's branch of languages. And so this one was good. Devaha is correct. Forgot. Devai is a no, but Devaha correct. Do I have them up still? Not that you need them anymore, but I was rehearsing those basic endings and it got deleted. So what's the correct dual one there? Uske pas
कुत्ते.
kutte. So the hain is from a Sanskrit verb bhavanti, to be. Pas might be too, I don't right now.
पास. No.
No would be a ship, maybe?
No.
Hey, that's numbers. No. So this one, nava in Sanskrit. No. So that sequence ava worn down into just a single vowel sound now, a lot like French would do. For instance, novem, Latin, became neuf in French. Although the consonant is preserved there.
So.
Devo, correct. What's the accusative? Saw. So in Sanskrit, this would be read sau, long diphthong. But for Hindi,
So.
it's the lower mid vowel. Ah, saw, rounded O. Open O, I mean. Saw, and that's a number 6? No, that's che.
So.
100. Shatam. How different. So this word, shatam, not for, but dollar for the palatal, has become saw. We do transliterate it saw. S-A-U. Now I'm using the brackets and never mind. We'll just do it that. Yes, that's right. That's why we practice. No, sorry. As I say, don't sorry. What is the accusative triplet? Shatam meaning 100, and that of course reflects Kimtam, Devam, Devau, Devan is correct. What's the instrumental? By the way, Vrka was in Vedic accented on the first syllable, but Deva would have been accented on the second.
No so.
So 900. Alright, we're gonna get those combining. The Hindi numeral system is unusually intricate, if I recall.
900
Here we have a straightforward pair, straightforward compound. So na, and I'll type now, and then sao. Read differently though in Hindi. Na sa. Oops, I don't want all that. A bit much. That's nice. There.
1000
Hazar. Hazar, I think, is from this form from Iranian. There are no native Z words in Indic. Devena, Devapyam, Devaihi. Exactly right. Yes. Okay. Dative, please. Hazar. But the related Sanskrit word was Sahasra. Meant 1,000. So not a descendant in this case, but a cousin word, just like we have replaced some native Old English words with French and Latin and Greek ones. Even simple things like a face. Face is not from Old English, it's from French. Eka for 1, and then Hazar, 1,000.
10
Das is 10, Dasha in Sanskrit. So Hindi likes to change those old palatals into dentals. Well, I should say the 1. The sh fricative regularly becomes a sa in Hindi. Thus, as we see here in 10. Dasha.
10,000
Das Hazar, 10,000. Well, I think I got it right. But as you wish. I said through, what's the word? Gritted teeth.
कई लड़के पढ़ते हैं
No native word for thousands, so they invented the numbers. I don't follow. Who did? What do you mean there's no native word? This hasra part of sahasra, that's why I put the hyphen there. The hasra component is not its own thing, but this combining root, the bound root, I mean, I think lines up with Greek kilioi, from which we have remodeled kilo. And it's also been reconstructed for mille in Latin. That could be from an older sm, which is a form of the numeral 1, and then sme, somewhere, I forget where, but this could in theory be connected with this root 2, probably Watkins. That's where I got it from. So the milla as in millipede, or mile is from it too. Geheslo is his reconstructed form. So, are you talking about the Indic word for 1,000? I'm going to disagree with you there. Devaya, Devapyam, Devipyaha. Exactly right. Hey, what's up, Evan? When are you going to... The meep language from the Muppets. As soon as it comes available. You mean Beaker, the way he talked? Let's check it out. I believe you're the first to request it, so thanks for that. Meep meep. Yeah, Beaker. I love Beaker. Such a great idea. Nervous grad student guy. Rest assured. Good idea. But what are we actually doing? Some Hindi, some numerals. All right. So this is quite different from what you couldn't see this combination.
लड़के कई
They don't write sequences of vowels. Kai, is this a pointing
कई
many with the feminine noun, right? Ladki. Oh, this is masculine. This is many boys. Padhte hain are reading. They read, rather. They are readers. Many boys read. Kai ladke padhte
हैं
hain. So this ka is not something you get. You might see it in Vedic, actually, but not in classical Sanskrit. Not within a word. It could not happen. But it's ka No, precisely not. How do I get it here? Do it with a backspace. We also have it in the word for brother. It's the same sequence. Bahai, I think. Though there with a long a. So it's ka and then long e. In Sanskrit, whenever you'd have a combination like that, it would become ke, whether between words or within a word.
कई लोग
Kai log, so plural masculine. Many people. Wait, is it log is the form itself is really singular, and we're going to talk about Sanskrit connections. Log of Hindi comes from Sanskrit loka, I think. Also in this noun class. So that would be potentially from a root luch. Not sure. Was there a root luch? Luch or ruch, maybe? Yarala. Ruch means shine. Does he derive? There was a roka from that one. And often R and L, you'll have the same root showing up with both consonants. Lul, lunch, tear. They're not listed separately here. But anyway, we see that's kind of a nice illustration, this log, because we can see the order. There's two sound changes that have happened here. And you can reconstruct a plausible order. The voicing of k to ga probably happened before that vowel was lost.
कई लोग
210
Saw dust. All three are numeral words. It's 210. So no changes to any of the numeral words in this case. 210. All right, if you're going to be that way, I'm going to report. Take that.
4009
No changes here. This is Hindi that we're looking at, and we're chatting a little bit about Sanskrit on the side here. 4009, which is the parent language of Hindi. 4009. I assure you it is all quite healthy and sane. 4000, 4000. Maybe it'll accept this. And the na is 9.
उसके पास कई कुत्ते हैं
Uske paas, she has many dogs. Kai kutte hain. I would say grammatically, kai kutte is the subject, or is it paas? I suppose it could be that too. Paas meaning something like possession or vicinity, really. Near her, there exist means that she has them. Many dogs.
10,000
10,000 is 10,000.
210
Saw das. So do was dwau of Sanskrit, losing the va. Saw was shatam, and das is dasha. Means 210. Okay, where did we leave off the inflection just now? We got to devaya, the dative case, devaya, devapyam. And those two, the stem final lengthened to a, and then devepyaha. The stem final replaced with a there. Okay, what are the ablative forms next? Dave comes into Hindi as a man's name, which always reminds me of my cousin Devon. That one is not related to Deva. It's from Welsh, I think, for a word for poet.
कुछ बच्चे खेल रहे हैं.
Bache, double cha.
बच्चे.
You do have a few of these ligatures in Hindi too, and that's nice. This is a nice simple one. The same thing twice. Che. It's quite a different effect when it's doubled. Kuch means
कुछ.
some. A few.
बच्चे.
बच्चे खेल रहे हैं are eating,
खेल.
playing. A few बच्चे children are playing. Play. They are players. Some children are playing. Oh, it's got the rehe. That's got to be present progressive. Okay. Few children. That's what's wrong.
वो कितना खाता है?
वो कितना खाता है? वह, he, she. It's going to be a question word.
कितना?
How much does he eat? The first part
खाता.
will be masculine. So he. Does he eat?
तू कितनी चाय पीता है?
तू कितनी चाय, चाय feminine, पीती है? How much tea do you drink?
कितने अंडे?
कितने अंडे? How many eggs? This is straight from Sanskrit. Anda, unchanged.
आधे लोग खड़े हैं.
आधे लोग खड़े हैं. खड़े.
आधे.
Okay. We saw this earlier. You may remember we had a technical term with ardha. That's the word for half. And that we've got compensatory lengthening, it looks like. In Hindi now it's ad. Keeps the dental place though. Just get a lengthening instead of the R. Half people, half the world.
खड़े. आधे लोग
The people
खड़े.
standing. Khade. Half of the people stand.
आधा.
Adha's half.
मुझे आधा सेब चाहिए.
Devad, devabhyam, devebhyaha. That's right. What are the genitive forms, please?
मुझे आधा सेब चाहिए.
Mujhe adha.
मुझे आधा सेब चाहिए.
Adha. I should amend what I put there. Not ad, but adha. Looks like a masculine one, maybe? Seb. Chahiye. Would like. Mujhe. To me, it is a peeling or something. Apple peeling. Mujhe, I think dative. Case like that. What would that be in Sanskrit? Mahyam, I think. Mujhe.
मुझे आधा सेब चाहिए.
Half an apple. Adha seb. Here too we get a sequence. He, a. You couldn't have that in Sanskrit. E-a. That would become hye. The e would be pushed to the boundary of the syllable. Mujhe adha seb chahiye. And I would say, adha seb is the best candidate for the subject here. It's not in the oblique case. To me, half an apple, a half apple is desirable. Something like that. Just need to go to the loo. I'll be right back.
ये तेनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम् ॐ अयुण रुद्रक एवोम अयौच हयवरट लन ञमगणनम झभय घढधश जबगडदश ख फ छ ठ थ चटतव कपय शशसर हल इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमः पादः वृद्धिरादैच अदेङ्गुणः इको गुणवृद्धि न धातुलोप आर्धधातुके इति च दीधीवेवीटां हलोऽनन्तराः संयोगः मुखनासिका वचनोऽनुनासिकः तुल्यास्य प्रयत्नं सवर्णं नाज्झलौ ईदूदेद्विवचनं प्रगृह्यम् अदसोमात् शे निपात एकाजनान् ओत् सम्बुद्धौ शाकल्यस्येतावनार्षे उयः ऊं ईदूतौ च सप्तम्यर्थे दाधाघ्वदाप् आद्यन्तपदेकस्मिन्.
Okay, ekasmin. The Levites replied, Devasya, Devayoho. Deva, not quite. Deve, locative, Devayoho. Deve, not shoot. Two little details there. The wrong qualities, the last syllable of each triplet. To specify. The am form is not quite it. And the sup form is not quite it. Let's get that more effective here.
वो कुछ कर रही है.
कुछ कर रही है. Kar is doing. As an old
कर.
word here. Kr. Kuch is much.
कुछ.
Something, a little rather. She
Rahi.
rather. This rahi form tells us feminine stays doing a lot, a little. She's doing a little. Something.
यह कितना बड़ा है.
यह कितना बड़ा है. How bad?
कितना.
Big.
बड़ा.
Bada. How big is this? Is yaha. Topic, subject, yaha. As for this, how big is?
मेरे पास कुछ केले हैं.
Mere paas. This mere is the possessive one. Me, I or me. Mere, my. Mujhe, to me. Mere paas, in my possession. Kuch kele hain, are some bananas.
तुम कितना पानी पीती हो.
कितना पानी पीती हो? How much water do you drink? Kitna pani. Rating with a party. Welcome, party of 4. Good to see you. Baba, bana. Don't know what that means. Oh, banana. That's what we're talking about. Oh, we were just now. Tum kitni pani. How much water? Piti ho. And so the here, just like in Arabic, I think, gender, because of this verb tense,
पानी पीती.
together. You see feminine marking on the verb for the person you're talking to. How much water do you drink? So, Papa Booey, hello, gang. Blah. Let me fall all over my tongue here. Are you guys into languages? Any you're particularly interested in? My goal on this channel is that I'm doing them all.
कुछ बच्चे खेल रहे हैं.
Some little bachche children खेल रहे हैं are playing. Some children are playing. Good, you're in the right place. I like to consider it sort of nerd heaven if you're a language nerd. It's where I come to talk about language for hours.
आधे लोग खड़े हैं.
आधे लोग खड़े हैं. So if you want to name a specific one, I'm happy to do that one next. These plural forms, it's about consonant qualities. It's not n in devanam, and it's not sh in deveshu. It's the other one, so to speak. Adhe is plural, half the people. Khade hain, and this one was what? Khade.
खड़े.
Standing, half the people are standing. Well, thank you, YouTube. Half the are standing. What part of the world are you in? If you don't mind sharing, I'm in Dallas. Well, thank you. Please do. Trying to meet like-minded people, and really another sort of subsidiary goal, I hope that it's a benefit of it, is that I inspire people to see, well, if he's doing 40 languages, cool. I can do 3, or I can do 10, or whatever. Andrew, my student who first told me about Duolingo, was doing 10 or 15 at the time. That was pretty.
वो कुछ कर रही है.
And I just couldn't stop adding new ones. I gotta learn it all. वह कुछ कर रही है. वह कुछ कर रही. I'm doing something. वह, she rather. She is doing something. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and Levi has been very helpful in joining and keeping the discussion going. I kind of envision us as we build a community here. Not palatal enye, no. It's devanam. Look at the instrumental singular, devena. There too it's a dental N. There's nothing that causes it to change from the basic dental of that one. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought there. Lost a few trains, I believe. About Dallas. Nice. For real, man. All about the wordplay. Oh, okay. I'm seeing a fox theme. Very nice. Except for here. May not take up too much time. Kuch. In this case, used as a noun, but elsewhere a determiner. So it should be genitive plural. Devanam. It's lengthening of the stem final vowel, and an increment n is added to the the basic one. In deveshu, the a, which has replaced the stem final vowel, always triggers retroflexion in a following s. A and u, so e, a, I, any palatal diphthong and any, or vowel or diphthong, and any labial one will also cause that change. Ushu. Oshu in Sanskrit, in classical Sanskrit. She is doing something. So, there's a rule with a wonderful name for the consonants and vowel phonemes that cause this change. Retroflexion of S. It's called the Rookie rule. Because the sounds are vocalic and consonantal R. Anything with U in its makeup. So O, Au there too. K does it. Ksha, not Ksa. And then E, A, I. They cause that change. copying chart for the wolf. Right, you have to make adjustments like that. That's one of the things that the grammar teaches, and that had R as the vowel exactly right. That's how that works. Now, yeah, we got in any requested languages? Nothing, disappointingly. Let's do a bit more Scottish. Or how are we on the circle? 3, 5. Let's finish up here.
पांचवा
Chwa, is that fifth?
पांचवा
This would seem, oh, look at that. If it is descended more or less directly from Sanskrit, the form there was panchama. So lengthening of that first syllable, maybe just under stress. And the M of ma seems to have lenited, seems to weaken to a w sound like what you see in Celtic languages. And then the suffix replaced by a later development, I think. Fifth.
तीसरा
Tisra. It's pretty close to this simplification of tra to t. Goes back to the classical language. It means, I think, 3, or is it third?
तीसरा
What was it? Tritiya. It's reformed, I think. Third.
दूसरा
Dusra looks like second. To the number do. 2.
चौथा
Jotha. Jar. Fourth.
चौथा और पांचवा
Jorta. Let's word bank it. Jot.
चौथा
is
और
confusingly sounds like or but means and. Panchwa.
पांचवा
Fourth and fifth.
यह राज की पहली बेटी है
यह राज की पहली बेटी है. This Raj's pehli. First. Oh, I think you asked about this one, right, Levi? Prathama. So this change of the stem, prathama, being remodeled to pehla. You see that the same th to ha. Presumably the same. Oops, let me plug in my power source here. That you have in Irish too, where the spelled th is pronounced ha. Seems to have happened here. Yah Raj ki pehli beti hai. First daughter is. This is Raj's first daughter.
नेहा मेरी चौथी दोस्त है
Neha meri chauthi dost hai. Neha is my fourth friend.
चौथी
The numeral tells us that it's feminine, but the noun is just the same for both genders. Is my fourth friend, whatever that means. Sounds like you've got bodies in closets.
पहला दूसरा तीसरा
Dusra, tisra. First, second, third. Pehla, these are masculine forms. Final a.
तीसरी बिल्ली
Tisri billi. Third cat.
यह हमारा पांचवा घर है
यह हमारा पांचवा घर है. This topic, our fifth house is the comment. Ghar is straight from Sanskrit. Ghara for house. Probably from the root hr, as in brug. No, that's a different one. Never mind. Hr from to take. The root with the vocalic R and the citation form, the tip form harati. Meaning take, bring. Is what the root of this ghar for house. I do believe. Let's check on that. Let me not tell too many lies if I can avoid it. Ghara has the same spelling, so a different sound in Sanskrit as in Hindi. Grha. Okay, not the same spelling. See, there was a lie. Grha. So this is from the root graha to a different one with the same meaning, right? Gurdhos. Cognate with gradu in Slavic and yard in English. Grha. Masculine or neuter. All right. So this kind of change is really interesting. It was graha, and that became ghar. So the aspirate has sort of jumped over the nucleus, the sound H, I mean, and given an murmured consonant. Ghar. Kind of cool. So not that first verb that I named there, but a different one. Verb root.
पहला,
Pehla first, masculine form.
दूसरा आदमी,
Dusra admi, second man. Admi from Arabic, I guess? Which reminds me, so the first human being in Sanskrit literature, in the mythology, is named Manu, and a descendant of Manu was called a Manusha. Manushwa, I think, and that is related to German Mensch. Metathesis, I suppose it's a bit more than that because G is a single consonant. So, transfer of aspiration, maybe? It's like jumping, switching of positions of a prosodic syllable rather than a phoneme, it looks like. Mensch derived from that, and also just the basic man of Germanic is connected to this mythological figure, Manu. Just as Admi, I think, means a descendant of Adam. Something like that. An Adam guy. So a man, a human being.
नेहा के पास बहुत पैसे हैं.
In Neha's possession, sort of. Bahut. Bahut.
बहुत,
Sanskrit component there for many. Paise hai. This one is rupees.
पैसे,
Money. Bahut money. Bahut, lots of money. In her possession is lots of money means, and okay, the verb is instructive. It's plural. Hai. So Neha cannot be the subject, even though we would make it that in English. Feature metathesis sounds like a good name for it. I don't know that I've heard it before. We make Neha the subject. We say she has the transitive verb, but that's not how most languages do it. Oops.
थोड़ी किताबें,
Thori kitabi. Alright, there's a new numeral. What's this going to be? To and then re. Maybe 30?
थोड़ी,
Few, not a numeral, but a determiner. And kitabi.
थोड़ी,
Agreement suffix shows feminine.
थोड़ी, किताबें, किताबें,
The noun itself is inflected for plural. Few books. Or a few books. Different things.
7,000 रुपये,
Sat, 7, saptam. Compensatory lengthening, looks like. Sapta, rather. Remove the N, the M. Sapta is what it should be, that's my correction. Saptama in the ordinal, I think. Saptami, yeah. Sat. So loss of P, but the vowel lengthened in its place. Second syllable dropped. 7,000 rupees. Sat hazar rupiye.
7,000 रुपये,
Yeah. And now let's look at this. Ru and Ru are interesting letter shapes. So the basic R consonantal looks like that. With short U, it's written with a single hook like that. Now long U there has a much longer shape for the vowel sign. It's an upside down Vav shape here. So R is this one. Ru, both short vowels, versus long Ru.
1 रुपया,
1 रुपया, 1 rupee.
मेरे पास थोड़े पैसे हैं।
मेरे पास थोड़े पैसे हैं. I have a little money in my possession. Little monies are in my possession.
हमें थोड़ा खाना चाहिए। हमें थोड़ा खाना चाहिए।
Thoda khana chahiye. One little food. Hame, right?
हमें
Okay. And pronoun. To us it is desired. Thoda.
थोड़ा
Khana
खाना
can be a verb, eat, or the noun food. And chahiye is
चाहिए।
it is desired of us. We need, it is necessary.
आपके पास कितने पैसे हैं?
आपके पास कितने पैसे हैं? How much money in your possession?
नेहा के पास बहुत पैसे हैं।
नेहा के पास बहुत पैसे हैं. Many pesos. That's not what it is. Happens to coincide with that. I don't think so. Much monies in Neha's possession.
नेहा के पास बहुत पैसे हैं।
के पास बहुत पैसे हैं. And what can we say about Adyantabadi Kasmin? Maybe let's go to my new good friend. And 1. Adyantabadi Kasmin. In the case of a single thing, Ekasmin means within one. It's locative of one. In the case of one, meaning a single phoneme, single vowel phoneme, maybe not even vowel. In the case of when we're talking about a single phoneme, it is adi, anti, vat. Adi are the components. This is a long compound word, not that long. Adi, anta, adyantavat. It is beginning and ending like. And what this sutra tells us is that when a rule within the grammar refers to the final segment or the first segment of a morpheme, even if that morpheme consists of just one sound, that sound will be treated as both initial and final. So it has a lot of consequences. It's not something you might think of if you are writing a grammar, but he likes to be very explicit a lot of the time. Some things are left implied, but generally that a lot of things are very nitpickily defined here. Okay, so Anpanani puts it like this. A lone letter, not a tone letter, a lone letter is its own end and its own beginning. That's a very free representation of the meaning. This is a paribhasha, which means a meta rule, a rule about rules. Paribhasha. Bhasha means language or speech, and pari is a common prepositional word component there. According to this rule, saying that the word ends, not a word, but an expression, articulated speech, ends in makes perfect sense as far as the grammar rules are concerned. You may also say that begins with So a listener asks, what is the necessity of this sutra? It's a good explanation. In ordinary language, we say that the week ends on a Saturday, that the last day of Tuesday, Wednesday is Wednesday, but we cannot say last day of Wednesday is Wednesday. That makes no sense. So when some grammar rules make us conclude that we have to replace the last letter of with some might object that this is nonsense because has no last letter. So a morpheme of the shape has no last one in a common understanding of the word last. Either it does not have a last letter because it is itself a letter, or the cannot be the last letter because it is already the first letter. That's normally contradictory. And therefore, there should be no a replacement. So that would be an unwanted consequence if this rule did not make it explicit. This rule dismisses those objections and assures us that the last letter of a is a, so we must do the replacing. For instance, in the stem a, meaning this, when we add the pyam ending, instrumental dative ablative dual, the outcome is a pyam. So I've learned that this annotation uses double asterisk to denote the finished form of a word, the surface form. And then it cites a sutra here in blue, Supicha. Okay, let me know if there's any questions about that remaining, and we'll continue with pets in Scottish.
Ha pishak oak.
A new adjective, B, kitten,
Oak.
oak. Okay, I'm thinking about this word oak, is that it's going to be related to our word young in its Indo-European root. I think the form would have been something like Yuwinkos. So let me get a Scottish keyboard. Not available. But if I go to Mandarin, oops, not that one. Right, now I can get that falling accent sign. Had a Hindi question a few minutes ago. If you recall it, please ask. Here for all of it. Okay, oak we're talking about. I could just copy it from here. Meaning young. Let's see if it is what I think it is. The Scottish one. Yowankos. Very good. Oak. Yuchenkos, pretty much. Related to English, yeah. Oh, and we're doing Hindi today. So the root of life there, like an Ayurveda, Huyuchenkos. Proto-Celtic Yowankos, Old Irish oak, and in Scottish Gaelic the word is oak, young. A young oak. It is above on the chat. It might not have made it through to me. What is... Oh no, there it is. What is the grammar on chahiye? Need. Part of speech and like. What does it agree in conjugate with? I don't think it agrees. It's maybe noun-like. So I think I would just yeah, it's a good question. It's not at all apparent. I would transliterate it like that. Chahiye. Thank you for drawing my attention to it. Let's do the question. The sequence of vowels, he, a, which I guess you did. Yeah, you had that part the same. Chahiye. It doesn't inflect at all. We don't see it yet. We haven't seen it inflect. And that's kind of true also of ski in Japanese. Not really sure what part of speech it would be. It doesn't occur in any other constructions that I know of. Well, given my very limited knowledge of... Oh, no, in Japanese it can take a na also. In Japanese, ski is a na adjective, which is the nounier type. Never mind. But there's no... Like the A is not a plural marker like you would have in butchi. It's a different... If it's something else. Ha pishag ook means a kitten is young. It's a little odd of a sentence.
Ha cat glee arling. Arling.
Lovely, very.
Glee.
It looks like the cat. It's indefinite. A cat is very pretty.
Glee oak.
Glee, long. Oak, also long. Very young.
Chanil u eving icheth.
Chanil u even itcher.
Eving.
You are not funny at all. I look funny.
Ha ech glee art.
A horse is very...
Glee art.
I wonder if this is like altus, if it's connected to that. Okay, to answer your question with to give you a written response, I'm going to say noun question mark. But I would say it's non-verbal, whatever it is. Ha ich glee art.
Ha ech glee art.
Horse is very tall, and it's always the verb is first. Ha, to be. Be, horse, very tall. Art. Which reminds me of paard, which is Dutch for horse. Excuse me. But I suspect it has a connection to altus, arduous. Oh, but it's... No, not that, but arduous. Arduous. Gerduos. Welsh arth. So let's dig this nice Celtic paradigm. Let's see what we recognize. The order cases is different. Ardwos, ardwo, ardwoi. This is a pronominal ending oi. Sanskrit had as in this noun class, a long vowel, and s. Vocative ardwe, and then otherwise. Oh, look at that, ardwo, but then plural ardwus. That's kind of cool. Don't know of any parallels for that. Accusative, out, shus, reflecting ns. Ardwom, ardwo, ardwoms. Genitive. So Sanskrit has nasosam. Different ending here are dwi, close to the Latin one. Os, look at that, ardwos. And instead of long vowel, it's short, but also with m there. Ardwom, genitive plural. Dative, nge, pyam, pyas. It's ardwui, ardwobom, pyam, and then ardwobos, pyas. Clearly quite closely parallel to Sanskrit. And instrumental finally, da, pyam, pis, ardwu, ardwobim, ardwobis. Isn't that beautiful? And here the Scottish form is ard, Old Irish, tall. So, an advantage to knowing your soup endings is it makes Celtic quite clear and familiar.
Chanil losgan aket.
Is not something to you. You don't have...
Losgan.
Alright, got me. Caught me frogless. Once you know these, yep, all the Indo-European declension. Well, I wouldn't say all. It's pretty strong, but certainly a lot of easy to spot parallels there. Yeah.
Ha u gorach ian.
Shows us, and this is just a single paradigm, essentially the same one, separated by a few thousand years of development. But the inflection of nouns and adjectives was very rich in these languages. Ha ugorach ian takes a long time of study to master all of them. Gorach, what's that? Big like
Gorach.
stupid. You are stupid, Ian. Ian. Hami chagorach. I think this one. I am too or so stupid.
Glee.
Glee. By the way, dig the spelling with C.
Glee.
Old-fashioned.
Ha much
Glee.
glee eving.
Even. B. Pig. Very even.
Eving.
A pig is very funny.
Glee eving.
Even. Very funny. Evan.
Ha mi ho og.
Too young. So me looks like an object from an English perspective, but it's not here. It means I as well as me. So young.
Ha ech art.
A horse. Ich. Ha is art is tall.
Ha mi art.
I mean art and tall.
Ha luskan big.
Frog is small. Ha luskan big.
Ha mi ho og.
Ha mi ho og. So young. Me. That's interesting to see. Scottish me versus Irish time with the fusion happening. Rat.
Rotten.
Also voiceless, as D would be in Welsh.
Conynach.
Sounds like transfer of the slenderness.
Conynach.
Ian.
The bird.
Rotten.
Ech. Ratan.
Conynach.
Chanil ratan agat.
That sounds like metathesis there to me too. Chanil ratan agat. You don't have a mouse. You don't have a rat.
Chanil davanali snoke.
Very nice. A spider. Davan Ali is more of the older word preserved here than in Irish, in the spelling at least. Spider is not nice.
Gŵr granach.
Gŵr granach.
Door.
Capper. Look at that. Capros. Some Irish dialects, they keep the ta me separate, especially North. Good to know. North and also Scotland is northerly. Very nice. We're the goat and granach.
Granach.
The goat.
Ha davanali akam.
Ha
Davan ali akam.
is spider to me means I have a spider.
Ha mi a feichking pishak.
Feichkin.
Feichking.
Okay, feikim. I am seeing I am seeing a kitten.
Ha mi a klingin losgan.
The nasal N
Clinging.
voices the T, and it's palatalized to a J. Klingen.
Ha mi a klingin losgan.
A klingen loskan. Army a klingen loskan. Frog. I'm hearing. Okay, this klingen is a very old Indo-European verb. In Sanskrit, it comes out as shru is the root. Shrunoti means hear. Hears. Klingen, and our word loud is related to this. So I'm in my hearing. I am hearing a frog.
Beak.
Beak, the basic one.
Beak.
What?
Beak.
Beak. Okay, I hear it now. It's a V sound.
Ha konyanach akam. Ha konyanach. Ha konyanach akam.
Arst. Arst.
You hear it?
Arst.
Sounds like an S is creeping in. But I think it's an effect of the coda R devoicing. Arsht.
Ha davanali aket.
You have a spider. Ha davan ali agat.
Ha davanali aket.
It's a bit like diagonal.
Ha a feichking iesk.
These are mixed grapes. That is correct. Solid. And I've got mango slices over here. Dried mango. E is the subject. He. Ha e afashkin iesk. He is seeing a fish.
Goer agus cúra.
That was the goat and the sheep. Goer agus cúra.
Chanil mi a klingin kulain. Kulain.
Not bi. In my listening to hearing puppy.
Chanil ratan aket.
You don't have a rabbit. Rat, I mean. Ratan. Spider sounds like the name of the Sanskrit letters. The one Allah? No. Ali. The one. Sanskrit letters. Sanskrit letters. Devanagari. I'd say it's the name of the script.
Thick. Thick.
Got it, yeah. Davan Ali. Yeah, not too far off. Definitely. Also right there. Okay, let's take another step to completeness.
Da-dha-gwada.
That one again means roots of the shape da and ta are called gu, with the exception of a specific one, dap. And let's check out what that is. The dap means to clean. So these roots are given in various forms. Sometimes it can be a da or a dai. That's what the P does. Okay, and this is other one, dap, meaning cut, da. The term for them is gu. So it's a convenient way for him to refer to the special adjustments that happen in forms of these verbs. Not too consequential for us at this stage. Word study. Let's go to Adyantabade kasmin taraptamapauka. That one is a bit more interesting.
आद्यन्तवदे कस्मिन् तरप्तमपौघः.
Let's transliterate that. Taraptamapau. We see a nice cluster or two. Tarap. Oh, cool. Coptic. Taraptamapaukaha. Like that. Taraptamapaukaha. That is 1122. Questions, excellent.
क्या वह तुम्हारा बेटा है?
क्या वह तुम्हारा बेटा है? He, your son, is, and then yes, no. Is he your son?
हाँ या नहीं? हाँ या नहीं?
क्या वे चाय पीते हैं? क्या वे चाय पीते हैं?
Do they drink tea?
वो क्यों पढ़ती है?
क्यों?
वो क्यों पढ़ती है?
Like the party. वह क्यों?
क्यों?
Okay, question word. Taraptamapi. Close. Oh, I shouldn't have taken it off here. Look again. Why Indian English uses WH in situ questions? Perhaps it is. You, why, Berti, reading are. Why do you read? Sorry, not you. Why does she read? And this, she study. Yeah. Well, the she, we sort of have to unite the ending of the verb on this word here with the pronoun. The pronoun itself doesn't distinguish gender. So we've got to repackage that information for English. Kind of neat.
Raj या Peter?
Ya for or, right? Pau, exactly. Taraptamapau. You got it. So these are the names of two morphemes. And of course the ending au. Taraptamapau, and these two have a cover term, and that is the syllable ga. We saw the syllable gu in the preceding sutra, and here's a different one, ga. Just an arbitrary syllable to refer to a set of elements. Now this tara and tama, probably, yeah, we can find some English parallels there. But let's see what we already know. So uttara means higher up or northern. It's the name of that variant script that I used a few days ago. Uttara, this is from the root ud, and this tara. It's a comparative suffix, and I think the ther of English, either and other, is connected to this. Uttara and tama, uttama, that's the superlative one, highest, supreme. Paramottara, paramottama, uttama. Well, you might see it in names. And yeah, uttama is also from ud, and it's got this other word-forming suffix that we have in the sutra, called thumb up. And what the P there signifies is that this morpheme never has an accented syllable. Ud and dama. Superlative. And so I think in the English words like foremost, dama. No, let's see. Utmost, maybe there. But I don't know if we have one that matches that one as well. Well, the fact, if you remember these as tarap tamap, you will know where the accent must be in a word like uttama and uttara. It's got to be on the first syllable. That's also true of the P in the personal endings. Tip, mip, sip, and mip. Those are never accented, those syllables. The rest of them can be, but those are not. Raj, ya for or Peter.
आप क्यों जा रहे हैं?
क्यों जा रहे हैं? Ja is coming. No, going. You, why? Come, stay, are. Why are you coming? Going. I did it again. Why are you going? So this might be connected to the Sanskrit ga, going. Let's just look it up. Jana, I guess it would be for the citation form. Hindi verb. Jana. Okay, yati. Alright, cool. To go or to come. Yechti. And Janu in Nepali. Raha is the progressive marker. Yeah, it's from a verb stay, I believe. Like dwell, reside. And I would put, for clarity, raha long.
वो भारत में रहती है या अमेरिका में?
The thing about Hindi is there is really no word final schwa anymore. Either a consonant or it's a long vowel. It's nothing in between. In the case of and a. For e, u, the spelling will still distinguish them, I think. Bharat mein,
रहती,
in India.
भारत में,
Here we see it, residing, female, hai, is residing. She lives in India or America.
अमेरिका,
Does she live in India or in America? This repeats the word in, me, but in English we can drop it. Raharihi. So I think the basic meaning stay for this rahna.
क्या वो अंडे खाता है?
वह अंडे, plural eggs, खाता है. What? He, she, this is he because this is...
खाता.
What, is he eating eggs? Does he eat eggs?
क्या मैं एक लड़की हूँ?
क्या मैं एक लड़की हूँ? In what? Oh, no, मैं is I. एक लड़की. Am I a girl?
क्या यह एक बिल्ली है?
Is this a cat? क्या यह एक बिल्ली है? Is this or it, I guess, a cat.
क्या तुम ठीक हो?
Are you okay? Are you fine?
तुम क्यों चल रहे हो?
तुम क्यों चल रहे हो? Why? क्यों? Chal, charati in Sanskrit. This one, the R shifted to an L. So, chal in Hindi from root char and the verb form, the citation one, charati. There is yes, no question, kya, and also kya as what, and I think that double function goes back to Sanskrit. The word there was kim. Kim means what, and it can also mark a yes, no question. Same stem, just a different ending. It's in kya and kim. Tum
चल,
kyuu, different one in that same family. You, why, walk, stay, be. Why are you walking? Okay, let's take a detour, but stay within Indo-European. Do some Yiddish.
बहुगणवतुडति संख्या.
No cluster, well, one cluster in this sutra. Bahugarnavaturdati sankhya. Definition of a technical term. Bahu. It's a long list of stems. Bahugarna. Vatu. Urdati. Sankhya. Bahugarnavaturdati sankhya. Please transliterate.
पदा आद्यन्तवदेकस्मिन् तरप्तमपौघः बहुगणवतुडति संख्या.
Isn't it pleasing how the P and the T are combined? Taraptamapau. And it's nice. Da. Okay, a little different in this font, but same idea. Ba combined with da. In this font, they're just stacked right on top of each other. Much guna. Just as bahuvrihi is much rice. No, it does have those components, but this is a dvandva compound. It's just conjoining. The meaning of and is present between the components. Sankhya is a label for bahu and garna and vatu and dati. Each one of them 2 syllables long. So, a good mnemonic for this, the name is, of course, from the Sanskrit grammarians, but this word dvandva has our word and right in it. So English has few of these, Chinese has a lot though. Fumu, father, mother means parents. That's a dvandva compound. Parent and child, so Japanese has oyako. Oya, the parent, ko, the child. Bubu, right, in Korean, for a married couple, husband, wife. These are all dvandva compounds. And many of Panini's expressions are of this type. So what he means is the set of these 4 morphemes, bahugarnavatu urdati, was to be designated as sankhya, and that means, did we please transliterate? And then we'll continue the commentary. In the meantime, trip. Let us trip.
Vihin.
Alright, vihin. Now, what do you know of, we're just making sound. I think this is the word to wear in Yiddish. Bahu, not gurna. Oh, right. It's not actually those same components. There is no u under the g. It's not gurna. Vatu is correct. Dati, sankhya. The rest is einwandfrei, unobjectionable.
Vihin.
V. So what do you make of this dot next to the vav? Bahu does mean many. And you might... Garna. Yes, we have it. It took me a long time to realize it. In the divine name, Ganesha. Garnesha. It means... It reflects Garna plus Isha. Ruler of the troops. Garnish. Retroflex N is just part of this one. It's not caused by anything. But so it's that are na like that is rare, but we have it in Garna and Gurna in these words. Garna means host in the old sense, like in the Bible, and troops, just a mass of soldiers, is one meaning. Garna, so referring to an aggregate. And then Vatu is really Vat, and the U is indicatory, is a suffix. And dati is also a suffix that occurs only in the word kati, I believe, which means how many. But it's about this set of words, they are designated, they are embraced by the term numeral. So let's look over it on, forgive me, on the commentary here. Oh yeah, taraptamapau gha, the term gha is used in sutras A and B there. The tadhita, it's a class of markers, affix. Tarap means and tarap means est, comparative superlative. The elephant-headed one, that's him, Ganesh. Unlike in English, both of these can mean very adjective. Unlike in English, adding these suffixes is not necessary, so that's good details there, but not really what we're here for. Now he's using he or she, this person, this author group, he uses the semicolon between the components, at least of this type of compound. Alright, so the bases, like we might call them stems also, but they're nominal. Bahu and Garna, and words with suffixes Vatu and Dati are members of the class Sankhya, which means numerals. Ordinary numbers like Eka, Dvi, Tri, Chatur, Vinshati, this one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 20, Vinshati, are Sankhya numerals, and that allows them to get Dha, Shas, Krutwasuch, and other affixes. So that will have sequences later in the grammar. Ashtan, meaning 8, is a numeral. Dha is a suffix. When we say Ashtadha, that means in 8 ways. Sahasra, 1,000, I mentioned that earlier. Shas, is a suffix meaning by the. We can form from because these first components have the status of numerals, they can combine with these guys. Sahasrashaha, by the thousands. Chaturvinshati Krtvaha is a similar derivation, 24 times. Oh, Krtvasuch is for the word times, number of times of doing an action. This sutra allows the same affixes after Bahu and Tavat, made with Kati. Oh, Tavat rather is made with Vati, Vatu, and Kati. Bahu, we can derive from that Bahu Krtwas, many times, and from that same thing we can derive Bahu Dha in many ways. Tavat, we can add to that Shas and get Tavat Chaha, meaning that many each. Tavat Chaha, note the sound change. Final T added to a Sh palatal gives us a Ch cluster. So that's what that sutra is about. Alright, let's wrap it up in the next 10 minutes or so. Let's listen back a bit.
Idutau cha saptamyarthe.
We have the same cluster. These endings also exempt in the meaning of a locative.
Dadha ghwadap.
Data kwadap, cover term ku for these roots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Interesting set. Yes, the other ones are too. Any numerals, anything that is understood to be a numeral is already included in Sankhya, and this sutra just makes explicit that these 4 stems are to be treated with those. That's the one. Because you don't need to be told that 2 is a number or a numeral word. That's just known. A decent teacher is not going to be unaware of that.
Adyantavade kasmin.
Adi antavat ekasmin. In the case of a single phoneme, that's treated as both the beginning and as the end.
Taraptamapau gha.
Cover term kha for the morphemes tara and tama.
Bahu gana vatudati sankhya.
So nothing is continuing in these sutras. These are all just separate, independent statements, these last few. Sankhya numeral embraces Bahu Garna Vatu Rati.
Shnanta shat.
It's a nice short one. Let's include it today before we call it a night. Shnanta Sharta. Let's see it and transliterate. You won't find this in any dictionary. Shnanta Sharta. Shnantarshat. As this commentator puts it, the word sankhya means number in ordinary Sanskrit. There is no need of any sutra to teach that 2 is a number. It is clearly not a vegetable. So, touche, I think there. Shnanta shat. Numbers ending in sh or n are called shat, which is the word 6. They were just an arbitrary grammatical label. And these numerals are panchan. These are the forms in which the grammarians cite and remember them, ending in n in most of them. Shnanta. Very close. Okay, actually no, 2 details wrong in the first word and 1 detail wrong. We've got to distinguish retroflex from palatal. Sh, sh, s. Vihin. Alright, we were doing a unit here too. Motorcycle. Der Motorcycle. Cycle is interesting. Zyklus, German has. Yeah. Vihin. Oh, wow. Could we get a little smaller, please? Vihin.
Vihin.
Wohin fließt?
Where are you flying to? Oh, maybe to help you remember that order, it's the same. Let's look at the alphabet, specifically the Sanskrit one, actually. In this, so for the consonant section of the alphabet, first 25 are in that nice grid. Ya, ra, la, wa. This continues the same order. It's palatal, ya, retroflex, dental, labial. There is no velar one. So it's just those 4. And same for xia, sh, sa, ha. It's true only of these 3, actually. Xia, palatal, in all places in the alphabet. Palatal precedes retroflex, sh, and that precedes dental, sa. Shnantarshat, that is it, yes. And this is a combination of sh, it means that phoneme, and na. So those are basically, the N is basically dental, but because it's in contact, it retroflexes. Shna. That happens in actual words too. And I think in the name Virshnu. Is that one? There's a suffix snu that gets added that will become shnu after certain sounds. Which is palatal. Romanization, yeah. I do like the apostrophe, but then that to me, with the S especially, suggests more sh than sh. So I just, capital for all the retroflexes is how I do it for short, and $sign for palatal esh. So much going on. Vihin fließt.
Redest du Jiddisch zu Englisch?
Redst du Yiddish zu English? Do you speak Yiddish or English? Vihin.
Vihin.
Vihin. Long. Vuhin. So in the German that I heard growing up, it could either be short or long. Hin or heen. Shu.
Shu.
What's that again? Hour? Ban.
Ban.
Don't know what that is. Teretz.
Teretz.
And
N.
Ich darf mehr Zeit.
Ich darf mehr Zeit. I need more time. Okay, Schnattershat means. So it's basically the numerals after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This class of numerals, which the grammarians treat as ending in N or esh for the 6, are collectively referred to by shart in the grammar. And so this sutra and other ones are applicable to Raticha. So in this section of this chapter, it's largely about cover terms and labels for sets of affixes that'll have consequences later in the book.
Wegen was redst du?
Wegen was redst du? What are you talking about? Wegen was would be because of what in the language I grew up speaking, but here it's about what.
Wegen was ist das?
What's that about? I guess wegen was
Was
is. What's this about?
das?
Wegen was is das?
Ich red Jiddisch und Polish.
Ich red Yiddish and Polnish. I speak Yiddish and Polish.
Red wegen mir.
Is that the form of numerals you use to count with? Is German? Not really, no.
Red wegen mir.
Look at this. D followed by a T.
Red wegen mir.
So the spelling says for redet, Yiddish spelling has it as this. I hear a single stop though.
Red wegen mir.
Wegen mir. But there are certain higher mathematical things that I learned in German. I learned only in German. Not everyday type of stuff that I learned as an English user.
Red wegen mir.
He's talking about me.
Wie ist der Motorcycle?
Wie ist dein Motorcycle? Where is your motorcycle?
Wohin fliegt
Wohin fliegt er? Is he flying to?
Ist mehr nicht du.
Is mehr nicht du. He is more.
Ist mehr nicht du.
Do meaning there. Here. He's not here anymore.
Ist mehr nicht du.
This is different from German. Nicht mehr da, we would have. Same components, but different order.
Ist mehr nicht du.
He is more not there. Sanskrit ones. Do you does one count with the N final forms? Oh, I see. Gotcha. No. Well, I don't know. Don't think so. No. I think this is. I think the N is artificial. Well, maybe not. In the case of. Don't know enough. It could be that in the. But these don't inflect. I was going to say ashtarnam, but I don't think that's right. Genitive plural of 8. I think that he reconstructs them with, or that the grammarians refer to them by N, so that the change of the stem that we see in Vrka and Deva, certain changes, replacement with A, those do not take place with numerals.
Welcher Motorcycle ist deiner?
Welcher, so masculine. Motorcycle is deiner. There too, the gender is shown with the agreement suffix. Is yours. Where is he flying to? Wohin fliegt er? Wohin?
Wohin
Fleet.
er?
He is not here anymore. Is mehr nicht du.
Is.
Meer.
Nicht.
Nicht. Du.
Which movie that is in Yiddish? So it's I don't know how I don't have Netflix anymore. That's where it is. I guess I would take the recommendation, but I don't know. I don't really have any means to watch movies these days. The only one I think I've seen that has Yiddish in it is A Serious Man, where the opening episode is entirely in Yiddish, but then not anything else in the movie. We're right at 2 hours. Well, let me go ahead and follow this.
Efshir.
What's it called? Efshir.
Ich darf gleich Wasser.
Darf glach. Oh, like.
Ich darf gleich Wasser.
Oh, I need water immediately. What's it called? Water. So glach here right after the verb. Unorthodox. Okay, thanks. Efshir. Efshir.
Epshir.
It's got a dot, so that shows that it's the stop P.
Efshir.
It has the F unmarked.
Wie redt man Russisch?
Wie retten men Russisch? Where is Russian spoken? Okay, look at that.
Wie redt man Russisch?
Here it's got the men, the indefinite subject. And we're using a passive here. Where is Russian spoken? Where speaks one Russian?
Wann fließt ik aan Hong Kong?
Fließt kein toward Hong Kong. Cool. Wenn fließte, the dot on the vav. Right. I think what it's... No, I don't know for sure. I guess we can look it up. My thinking is that since the letter consists of the 3 vavs, that is showing the last one is a vowel. A diacritic. But let's find out. So maybe V-O? No, not O, but U. Okay, there it is. It's a thing. From Old High German, Huar. Vu. Sort of, yeah, V. Boilish. Meaning where? Wannen, wohin, wihin. No note on the spelling. Maybe if we just look up that one letter. There we go. Got rid of it. Okay, let's just get it from here. Alas. Wenn fleesti can Hong Kong. When are you flying to Hong Kong? Either way, Hong Kong, HDA, and it's ETCU. Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Aviv. Vihin.
Vihin.
Shu.
Shu.
Teretz.
Teretz.
Efshir.
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 I bet you this is Hebrew. The spelling with aleph makes me suspicious. Hebrew word efshar, possible. Efsharut, efshari. Maybe, perhaps.
Ich flieg an Tel Aviv, nicht an Hong Kong.
I'm flying to Tel Aviv, not to Hong Kong.
Kommst du zu Fuß?
Are you coming on foot?
Ich gehe kein Jerusalem zu Fuß. Ich gehe kein Jerusalem zu Fuß.
Guy, kein,
Ich gehe kein Jerusalem zu Fuß.
Yerushalayim,
Yerushalayim. See.
peace, 2 foot. Tel Aviv,
Tel Aviv.
Vihin,
Vihin.
Shu,
Shu.
Efshar,
Efsher.
Tel Aviv,
Tel Aviv.
Teretz.
Teretz.
Ist sie öfter dort?
Is sie Efshar dort? Is she perhaps there?
Wie sind du mehr Boston, in Tel Aviv oder in Jerusalem?
Wie sind du mehr Boston? Where are there more buses? In Tel Aviv oder in Jerusalem?
Warum Jerusalem und nicht Tel Aviv?
Für was Jerusalem und nicht Tel Aviv? Not Tel Aviv. I need a bank immediately. Ich darf gleich a bank.
Ich. Bank. Darf. Glach. Bank.
I need right away a bank. Russisch.
Russisch.
Is.
Interessant.
Interessant. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a pleasant evening and see you next time.